Hey, this is Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Today I'm going to show you how to inspect and replace the belt on your RZR Pro XP. Your drive belt transfers the power from your engine to your transmission, and since it's transferring all that power, it's under a lot of stress and that belt will wear out over time. So that's why it's important to stay up on your scheduled maintenance for that. And it's going to help prevent any issues while you're out on the trail if you stay up on that maintenance. So this is something that is actually really easy to do. We're going to show you how to do it on a 2020 RZR Pro XP, and our service manual calls for this inspection at every 50 hours or 500 miles of driving. So let's go ahead and get this done. The first thing you need to do is make sure your machine is on a level surface and put it in park, and then we can remove this PVT duct. So all this does, this lets air come down to your belt. And we have a clamp up top. And I'm just using this SLP clutch removal tool to do that. It has a couple different sizes on this end right here. Then we have another clamp down here at the bottom. All right, with that tube out of the way, we can take the clutch cover off. There's going to be 14 bolts holding this on. We'll set this aside. All right, now we're ready to spread our clutch sheaves, and we're going to do that with our special tool that came in the kit with this machine. So before you actually remove the belt though, you want to note the direction of rotation, and that way if you decide the belt's okay and you plan on reusing it, you can get it back in the same orientation that it came off in. And I'm just going to turn this tool clockwise to get these clutch sheaves to spread. Then we'll walk this belt off of the driven clutch, starting with the bottom, and then we'll remove it from the drive clutch. All right, now that we have the belt removed, we're going to inspect it for any damage. Really what we're doing, we're just doing visual inspections, so you want to make sure there's no chunks off the belt and that these cogs are in good condition. You can make sure there's no cords coming out, and then also down in the grooves on both sides you want to check for any cracking. Now as far as the side of the belt goes, you want to check for any burn marks or obvious uneven wear. And a good way to check everything is compare the old belt to a new belt. And if the old belt looks a lot different, you want to install this new belt. Before you install the belt back onto the machine, you need to make sure that your clutches are cleaned up as well as the housing, and don't forget that cover. So to do that, we're just going to use some compressed air and get all of that dust. And if you did have a belt that failed in there, you want to make sure you get all of the debris out. As I mentioned before, our belt is in good shape, so we're going to reuse it, and we noted the direction of rotation. So ours was installed so we can read these numbers right here. So we'll go ahead, reinstall that, and if you did need to replace yours, then I recommend installing it so you can read these numbers as well. And to get this belt on, we're just starting with the drive clutch, and then on the top of the driven clutch, we'll start working on the belt and just walk it into place. And once it's in place, we can now turn our tool counterclockwise and remove it. Now this next part is really important. We need to rotate this driven clutch 5 to 7 times and make sure the belt comes all the way back up to the top of this pulley. If it doesn't, it's going to be like starting in high gear and you can burn up the belt you just reinstalled. After that, we'll reinstall the clutch cover. Keep in mind these bolts, they don't need to be cranked down. The torque spec is 3 foot-pounds, but just take it real easy on them, make sure they're snug, and then we're going to reinstall the PVT duct. All right, now that we have everything put back together, don't forget that there is a break-in procedure if you had to replace your belt. So you're going to want to refer to your model-specific service manual for more details on that. But basically, for regular driving, you're going to just take it easy for the first 50 miles. And for sand dunes, you'll take it easy for the first 5 miles. And if you need any parts for your machine, we offer free shipping on orders over $75 on anything on our website. So be sure to check that out and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a lot of other helpful content on there. Thanks for watching.